I Got Show, episode number 16. Joining me tonight from Chandler Motorsports is Greg and Mike Chandler. How y'all doing tonight?
How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Can you guys hear me good?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what's up, man? So where are we at? We're in your shop right now. I see some cars in the background.
Yeah, we're actually here at the house in West Virginia at the race shop where we work on them at.
Nice. So I want to get started right away. I want to know about let's talk about Chandler Motorsports. Talk about how it got started, how you got into racing, stuff like that, Greg.
Well, it kind of goes back a long way. Started out with my dad back whenever I was probably 17, and like everybody, we started out bracket racing and just excelled through the classes, but I never was satisfied with the bracket races. So, first of all, me and JR, we started moving into the Outlaw 10-5 scene. And back then, that's whenever it was just getting going. And, man, we just loved the Outlaw 10-5 and, the guys and what the Heads Up series.
Okay.
That's where it all started for us.
You did run like a quick 4, quick 8 dragster. And then Outlaw 10-5 come out, and then we transitioned into door cars, doing some heads up from the dragsters. But before then,
right, it's like I said, the bracket racing and the quick 4 dragsters and stuff. But we really the Outlaw 10-5 is actually what got us where we are today. Like I said, the heads up. I just fell in love with the heads up racing. I got my ass kicked too many times on the bracket racing, and I just didn't like it.
he get beat by thousandths of a second. He said, "Screw this, man. We got to do something else. First one there, win. Without red light."
I always said you got to have a lot of money and a lot of patience to bracket race.
Yeah, heads up race is a lot more money.
Oh shit. So Greg, how did you get involved with Street Outlaws? What drew you to Street Outlaws, and how did you get into the future class? How did that all start?
Actually, I got to back up a little bit. Brent Austin, everybody knows Brent.
Megalodon.
Yeah, Megalodon. We've been friends for probably 20, 25 years. We raced together in the 10-5 series, and as time progressed, he stayed with the 10-5s till it died, and we did too. But he ended up buying a car from me that actually he took and sold it to Reaper, and it became the Reaper car.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually got the original parts off of the car still hanging on the wall.
68 Camaro, the one that caught fire.
Yeah, it's the one that burned up, and Brent, I guess, was going with Reaper. I hope I'm saying that right, and was helping him out at the time. And Reaper was taking him on the show, and he would come back and lay, man, it was cool. We did this, we did that, and I guess I just got the bug, hearing him talk about it. Never did get the chance of doing the street. There was a lot of other reasons why, but mainly work and being able to afford it and stay gone. But as time progressed, they come up with the future street. They give us a chance with the No Prep Kings to go and be somewhat of a part of it. And still yet I love it. I love the future street. I love the big tire. And just being there participating, it's a big deal for us.
Well, didn't you get invited? I'd say like 2016, 17, and we couldn't go due to an illness in the family. So it started back then, and we was actually going to go to one of the first MPK races, and we just couldn't due to an illness with my mom, and we couldn't make it early on. So we wanted to be there from day one when it started.
Yeah, we had
a chance to go.
We took about 6-7 years off because my wife got breast cancer, and it was pretty rough on the whole family at that time. But now that we can, get back into it. And like I said, the future class, it's been fun. I think this will be our third or fourth year.
Yeah, it's going to be. We started in 2019, so this will be our fourth year. Really, we started late 2019, and the future class is just like an audition to see if you got what it takes to go to the Invitational. And like I said, Dad's been doing it for a while. Now that I'm joining, and the whole family's come along, I think we're gonna. You got Donna and the daily driver. You got my cousin J.R. Webb's going to be bringing a car out that also helps us tune. We got a good crew, and I think we got what it takes to be an Invitational one day.
And
just got to work on some things.
And we got to do Larry Jeffers 69. Very proud of it. Larry and the guys at the shop done a super job. I'm tickled to death with the car. Couldn't ask for nothing else. I'm really anxious to try it, and I'm sure it's going to be everything I expect it to be. I mean, I'm pretty pumped over it.
So that new be your No Prep Kings car, but what about the ones you've raced the last couple of years? What are the plans with that car?
Well, that there we plan on doing when we can. I would like to do some of the JJ arm drops, some street racing if we're invited. I'm definitely the car is not going to be sold. And if it does get sold, I got to call Brent, and he definitely gets first chance back at it. But right now the car is not for sale, and we look forward to doing some street racing, and because
back of the track, drop, stuff like that.
The car is amazing. I love the car. It's probably one of the oldest cars out there, and for being an old car and for what it does, I think it does pretty amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what you've raced for how many years now? So Greg, we got to see you on TV in season 4 on No Prep Kings through Team Attack. Can you talk about the Team Attack and how your experience was doing that?
Yeah, I mean, actually, we all was really pumped over that because it gave us exposure on TV that we never did get before. I don't know if a lot of people knows how that worked, but you actually pulled peels, and you had to be one of the lucky 2 out of your team to go be part of the race in the Team Attack. Unfortunately, I never did really do any good at it. Basically, but no excuses. I just have bad luck. I think we run Kai there one time. The whole neck of the blower blew off. How often do you have that happen? One time, blew a rod out in the burnout. I mean, just crazy stuff. But we didn't let it get us down. We just moved on and try to lick our wounds and go on and try to do better. But like Michael said, it's an audition, and you definitely got to have your stuff together. When you step up, you got to be ready. I learned that. So that's where we're at now. We're trying to, Michael, he just got back from, the testing and going all through the car and stuff. And, like I told him, the last thing you want to do is go there and find out you didn't do something. And this year, that's going to be a big change. We got a lot of spare parts. We got a lot of dyno testing. We're trying really hard to, our goal is to run all the races this year. And it's going to be hell on the parts. And, not only that, getting the parts. I mean, you got to have the parts now. And, that's what we've been doing, is trying to get our parts together. And so we'll be ready whenever, and if we do get the call.
So we basically got 4 cars here at the same combination. And like he's stating, we make sure we're stacking up on rods, bearings, every little bit, rear ends, transmissions. Been a lot of money spent here to take it serious this year and try to move to the next level and get the invitation. With that, that's our goal.
That is the whole deal, is the invitational. And we'll put 100% into it. And I'll tell anybody that's my goal this year, and that's to get into invitational and be a contender. That is, that's my goal.
Right, and from what I've seen, Greg, you guys are doing it the right way, the way Street Outlaws wants it done, right? Where you come in and you do features for a couple of years, basically show that you're committed to racing every weekend. Show growing your brand as a driver, creating a character at some point. You know what I mean? It looks like you guys are doing it the right way. I wish you obviously the best of luck with that for sure. And I think you're definitely deserving. I think you're definitely deserving to be in the Invitational this year.
Well, I appreciate that. I know, there's a lot of them. We've seen a lot come and go. That's for sure. I've seen what works and I've seen what don't work. And your characters means a lot. And that's another reason why you being there at every race. Are you consistent? Can they count on you?
What's different this year that you can tell them? I'm asking you a question too. Sorry. What do you think is going to be different this year from last year? How talked about
for
how
me,
serious you're going to be this year
me,
versus last year?
Well, like I said, we got the new car. We got plenty of parts. I can see myself, we're getting everything ready in advance. For the last couple of years, it was kind of like, hey, are we going to go to the race next week? And I'd have to go get somebody to help me do one thing. I'd have to go, work on the RV business and stuff like that. Now, I see all of us on in.
We've matured.
Trying to get everything handled. So we'll be prepared if we get that call,
Yeah, hell yeah, that's exactly the right way to do it.
Yeah, they want to see loyalty to the brand, and they want to see you showing up at every race, and that's 100% what we're committed to do this year.
I don't have to tell you and everybody else, but it's very hard. This ain't an easy game. It's not easy on the wallet nor your time and everybody else's time. A lot of people think it's just one person, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes that makes this work. It ain't just me and Michael or that. I mean, Donna gets up at daylight. She don't go to bed till 1 or 2 in the morning, feeding everybody, cleaning. Jesse's and Chris is picking up tools and going and finding parts. I mean, it takes a lot of people to do this.
I do the marketing.
He does.
I try to be the face of it.
He does the mouth part.
I do what I can, but there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of people involved. You got marketing people. You better be on your game with your video marketing. You got crew people. You got tuners. You got drivers. Just people there. Your family. And fortunate enough for us, we've got a good family deal here, and everybody's being consistent this year. And looks like everything's coming together, and hopefully it's going to be a great season.
Yeah, so let's talk about your part of it, Mike. So you're going to be joining the Futures class this year with your car, Zeke. So what is Zeke? What kind of combo are you running? Tell me about the car.
It's a 2,000-mile Chevrolet Camaro Pro Charged Hemi with a 140. The car used to be. I told you to turn that off. Yeah, turn that off. Can you hear me? I told you to turn the air compressor off 5 million times. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
I know, but it's something me. So now I got to scream at you. It's a car that my dad used to have that we sold to Brent. Brent was building it to come back out to run. He got a hold of me. He said, "Hey man, you want to buy the car back? I'm not interested. I'm gonna do small tire right now." I said, "Hell yeah!" Gave me an opportunity to get the car. I was able to afford it this year, so I bought the car back. And here we are. I took the fuel tech, done some dyno testing, and probably gonna test on the track next month.
I heard it's been a minute since you actually raced in a car. Is that true?
Say what?
I said I heard it's been a minute since you raced.
Shut that off.
Can you hear me?
Hang on, buddy. Yeah, it's been a while. Is that what you said? Been a minute?
Yeah, better
Yeah, it's been about 6 years. Like I said, I run Outlaw 10.5. The old Reaper car is the one I ran. We had a 706 G4 motor in it, 4 stages of nitrous. And I was used to running 440s, 450s, and 8 mile back when I was like 24 years old when I got out of it. So it's been about 8 to 10 years.
Are you? I'm sure you're anxious now to do it, but talk about what's going to be going through your head the first time you pull in the beams at No Prep Kings for the Futures class.
I'll be honest with you, since it's been a while, I've had some long nights going to bed. If I would say I wasn't nervous as hell, I'd be lying to you. I'm sitting in bed and I'm watching the in-car cams of like Jim Howell, Kai Kelly, Ryan Martin. I'm just watching the in-car cams and just trying to get a feel for it and sitting in the garage with it running. So I'm really nervous, but I know, I started racing, junior dragster racing when I was 7 years old, moved up into a bracket car that runs 6.0s when I was 14. When I went from that, I went to a dragster that run 490s, 5.0s. Then I moved up into an Outlaw 10.5 car, which was a 68 Camaro that everybody knew that Reaper run. That was my car beforehand with a nitrous motor. So I run 450s, 150 to 170 mile an hour in 8. And
You got quite a bit to go.
Yeah. So it's been a minute. I know a lot of people out there doubt me. They where I did the little call out with Reaper. You got to do something, man. You got to make waves out here, and I just feel like it was fitting for me to mess with Reaper a little bit. I'm just not the guy to sit in the background and be shy. I'm out there. I'm doing my thing. I'm testing. I'm doing everything. I think that I got what it takes to be a good driver, man.
I'll say, Mike, from the outside looking at, I think you realize what needs to happen to get on to get in the Invitational. You realize that it's a TV show as well as racing.
Look. Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, so you picking on Reaper, I think, is just another example of what you need to do to get some hype going. You know what I mean? So you called out Reaper. Did Reaper ever respond to you?
Oh yeah, he responded in a text message to me privately, and he's also responded on my page. So it done what it was intended to do. I didn't intend to piss him off, but hey man, I'm just trying to get my name out there and go from there. I mean, that's what Street Outlaws is about. It's call outs. It don't matter your experience. It don't matter anything.
Right.
Bad exposure is good exposure. You got to get your name out there somehow.
For sure. And you guys talk about how you guys are doing it as a family. It's a father-son thing. Your mom's, Donna's involved.
Yeah.
JR's involved. Everybody's involved. How is the relationship between you two when it comes to racing and working on long hours on cars? Do you guys ever butt heads or anything like that?
Yeah, it's. You ever remember Orange County Choppers and Street Outlaws?
You talking about me and him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't agree.
He's hard headed, man.
He don't.
I learned a lot from him, but shit, man,
he don't know nothing.
It just depends on the morning he wakes up. If it's going to be a good day or a bad day. I can usually tell by when he's drinking a cup of coffee or something that morning. You usually tell if it's going to be a bad day at the racetrack. There's some days, man, we're just awesome. There's some days where it depends on what side of the bed this fucker wakes up.
I just expect him to listen. Shut up and listen.
And that's going to have a lot to do with, I think, us. As far as if we do, get an invitational, they're gonna love it. It's like Orange County Choppers all over again.
Yeah, that makes it a good TV.
They haven't seen with us.
Yeah. So what's your goal this year, Mike, personally?
Man, my goal is to make it from A to B, make it fast.
To outrun me.
That's one of them.
Not going to happen.
Honestly, my goal is just to get out there and get some. My goal right now is to get out there and test. But as far as this year, it's just to be in the futures and be competitive. Go out there and run in the threes. That's my goal. I want to run 390s. I know that's not where everybody is at. I know people's faster than that. But that's a personal goal of mine, is to make a 3-second pass. That's my main goal.
Yeah.
And that's a big leap, big jump from where I come from. I mean, we were talking 450s 8-9 years ago to 390s today. So that's a personal goal. And to make every race.
Now, with you and your dad racing together and the program, you guys doing it together, at some point, Greg, you're not going to be doing this anymore. Mike, do you feel is there any pressure to keep it going, to keep Chandler Motorsports going?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and
I'm
kind of usher in the next era.
Yeah, I've got a little boy that's 5 years old, Griffin. I've got him into go-kart racing right now because that's what he can do. He can run a junior dragster at 6, so I've got one waiting for him. It's in the garage. And I want to bring him up just like I was brought up with my dad, get in a junior, see if he likes it. If he likes it, we're going to continue with it. If he don't, you know, we'll find something else. We'll play T-ball or something. You know what I mean? But, yeah, definitely. We've got an auto.
He's in the motorsports.
He is. He loves driving. He does good. But we got auto body shops here locally. I've always been in the auto industry. We've always been competitive, and I can see it in him. It's in his blood. So definitely, there's definitely a little bit of pressure to keep it going, and I've got a lot to learn. You know, I've learned a lot from Dad, and you know, I just want to definitely continue keeping the Chandler name going, Chandler Motorsports, the collision centers, everything. I want to keep going and pass on to my son if he's interested.
Yeah, hell yeah, man, that's awesome. Talk about the other cars that are in your program, the other people who drive for the 304 club or whatever you call it.
We're gonna call it Cole. We changed our name on that. So that was just a little thing. It's gonna be called the Coal Mountain Boys.
Okay.
That goes way back to we all grew up on Coal Mountain here in West Virginia, and
West Virginia's known for coal, so
yeah, and you know that's a JR, and
who's JR?
that's my nephew. He's been with me since day one racing. I used to take him whenever he was, you know, just probably 19 years old. And he always been there and helped me. And he, you know, he's a big part of it now. He tunes my car. You know, he tells us, you know, what gears. I mean, he's the head.
Non-stop studying.
Yeah, he's the head when it comes to what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. He's not much on the cameras and stuff, but we're working on him on that, trying to get him involved. But you know, we're all from the Coal Mountain area here, and you know, but he's got a new car, Teddy Hauser car. It's a 70 Camaro, beautiful car, and it's also a Pro Charged Hemi. And actually, that's where he's at right now.
North Carolina.
Yeah, they're getting ready to dyno it, and it's very close. Then, you know, of course, we got Donna in the Trackhawk. She's going to step up her game this year. I heard that she's changing the engine in it and doing some things to it. You know, so there's big surprises there.
What is she known as? Soccer mom, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, soccer mom. It's what that's what they've been calling her ever since she went there.
I heard she doesn't lose doesn't lose ever.
Well, she's lost.
That's because I red lip.
Yeah,
Because I was trying different things.
Yeah, she red light, and she's lost a couple like that.
I don't practice. I just go and race.
What about Robin Roberts people? How'd they beat you? What's the name? You know what I'm talking about? That?
No, I was ahead of him in the finals in Texas.
Yeah, Alan beat her.
The whole race. Seen him in my side view mirror. Right at the finish line, I looked up to see who won, and he shot around me like a streak.
Alan,
you tell me.
he's a good tuner.
It was fun.
Thanks. There's a scramble button in that car at the last minute. Is what we're saying here.
We agreed not to use additives. I didn't use nitrous. It's just been straight up.
He thinks he has 100 shot of nitrous there at the end, shot around her. Anyway, she's learning too. You know, this was her second year.
I think she's done awesome for, you know.
I don't practice.
Yes, I don't let her practice because
at the track and I race.
She ain't got time to practice and feed us, so we just let her. She practices when she races.
That's it.
Nice.
But that's one thing about where we live. There's not really a close track around here. They just built a new one called Twin Branch, which is about an hour and a half. But it's not a track where we could take our MPK cars and test them. But she can take the Trackhawk over there, and they just now open. So we'll be able to do that more, you know, let her practice on the tree a lot more and go from there.
Yeah, if we go test, I mean, the closest qualified track would be Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus, National Trails.
Yeah.
I've just been running street tune.
No, I'm talking about these cars.
I know, but I'm talking about mine. I've just been running every race that I've ran this year has been street tune, 93 octane, and street tires. I've not added a tune. I've not added nitrous or anything.
We're not allowed to.
I know in the daily driver, but I can't in the 7.0.
Oh, she's talking about 7.0. She run, so she'll double enter. She'll run 7.0 and daily driver.
Okay, nice. Cool. Now, you guys talked about obviously going to be doing some testing, but with the later start this year of No Prep Kings starting in first week of June, do you guys plan on doing any other No Prep events before then?
Well, I definitely would love to do that. I would say at this point, we've got some specialty pieces that we're still waiting on to finish my car up. Now, Mike could probably do some, and possibly JR, but I'm needing some parts that it's going to stop me from doing that. But if they would happen to come in, it could, that could change. We would love to do that. Like I said, we done some JJ arm drops and, really had a blast there. Actually, I won a couple, and, really done real well.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I would love to do some.
Man, that's just going to depend on me testing next month. If it goes well, I'm definitely going to do something. Because I think doing a local no prep race will get me prepared for the big stage. You know what I'm saying?
I think he needs some laps.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I need about 10, 15 passes before I do anything. I'm not going to embarrass myself at a race.
I think we call them courage runs.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, preparing earlier, I'm a little nervous. Like I said, who wouldn't be? You've been out of a car for 18 years, whatever it's been, 8 years, I think. And, I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie.
If y'all want, we'll take some questions from the chat. I don't know if you guys can see it. Otherwise, I could put the questions up on here. There is one first from a guy named Don Will. I'm sure you know who that is.
Oh yeah.
He wants to know where you got your purple color from on your car.
Oh man, that was inspired by Mr. Don Will. No, he gave me hell about that, man. Honestly, I got Instagram, TikTok, and I got a pretty large following of females, and I just thought it would go good with my following. Honestly, selling shirts and stuff. No one really has a purple car in futures. I think Dominators is the closest one to it. And everybody has like a black car, a black 69. I'm just kidding, but everybody's got a black car. And I was, I didn't want to go blue. I didn't want to go red. I don't know. I've always liked purple, man.
He likes to stand out.
And then Don's always gave me hell, So I just say it's inspired by Don Will. No Prep Travelers. Big shout out to him. Thanks for watching, buddy.
Hell yeah, he keeps everybody entertained. Yep.
I'm sort of upset that one of his pages got banned. He's had to build it back up. That sucks.
I think he's been to every track I've been to.
Yeah, he don't miss anything.
Yeah.
No.
He's very dedicated, man.
Yep, for sure.
Put dedication in the dictionary up to the brand. Don Will. Dedication. He wasn't in Sydney, Australia.
I missed you there, Don.
They want to know why you didn't make it to Australia. Is it
Jamie Van Cleef has a question here. It's for you, Mike. What are you going to do when you draw your dad for the first time? Is there going to be some money on the line?
Yeah. We're definitely going to talk some shit. We'll talk some shit to him, and I want to film it and see what happens. Yeah, we'll put some money on the line. If I got it. I don't care to put 500 on there, but it's going to be tough to beat him, man.
I guarantee there's going to be some shit on the line.
There'll be a good YouTube video from it. From the in the pits all the way up to the starting line to the end of it.
Hey, I might give him the back tire.
There'll be some shit talking.
Hey Greg, besides making the Invitational this year, do you have any personal goals of how many races you want to win in futures, anything like that?
Well, all of them really. I'd like to win them all, but I would like to. I would definitely like to do some personal best ETs, and I'd like to be consistent. That is my goal too. Is
with the tune-up.
Yeah, but be consistent. When you can go to, that's the big thing about these tracks. You'll go to one track and it will be biting so good. You can throw everything at it. Then you go to some that no matter what you do, you're having problems hooking up. And that's the big dominator when it comes to the no prep scene. I mean, it's a tuner's game, and if we can be consistent, that means you can be competitive, and that is a big goal.
And then we've been saving a lot. Like I said, we've learned a lot just from going the past 2 or 3 years. We got those tune-ups saved. We know what not to do. Now from the tune-ups we got saved and what we can do, and we got to work and progress on what we've got in our data logger there.
Yeah,
it took me a long time to get used to not using it all, if you know what I mean.
And there's something that I want to mention that no one mentioned. He was thinking about switching combinations, and that's a big reason why we didn't, because we have no data, no anything. And with what we're trying to do, we need to go out there and be consistent and competitive this year. And we wasn't in the right place to switch combinations. You want to talk about why? Was you going to switch combinations?
Well, we talked about it a little bit, and I've actually run some blower stuff back in the day, and I really like it. I love it.
A screw or roots?
Well, I definitely a screw, but it's.
From what I've heard, I think we made a good decision.
Well, what I'm saying is there's a lot more that comes along with that. A lot more maintenance, and I felt that starting that with no data would be really tough on me at the point I am right now. Trying to get on the invitational and learn how to tune a car wouldn't be the right timing. So that's why I didn't do that.
Right, that makes sense.
I didn't do it because I don't have the money to switch. I got my combination. That's all I can do, buddy.
I think you guys will be all right from all the rumors I've heard about.
I do want to make everyone aware that I buy my own shit. He don't buy it.
I won't.
I ain't no daddy's money over here.
I won't.
Oh shit! What happened? Damn it!
Did your camera go off?
No, you're good. You guys are good.
I got it.
Yeah, that I don't spend no money on his car, but I need the money from my car.
But I am looking for a sponsor from him for some fuel money or some shit. It's tough, man.
My motto is, if you can't afford it, you don't drive it.
Definitely, that's a good
what I've
motto.
been my whole life.
Not just cars.
I've been afforded a couple races. I am looking for some sponsors. I'm putting some proposals together now.
You
trying
might
to
have
get some
to
local
get
sponsors.
what do you call that online? That
Affiliate marketing? What are you talking about?
no, where you get your own spot online.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, fans only. Get you a fans
We ain't
only.
gonna talk about no.
Yeah, if you got him a fans only,
I've already been there.
have you
It
really?
worked well for me. It worked well. I had to shut it down. It actually worked well. I just got a little embarrassed.
Wouldn't you think that'd be a good way to afford his,
habits?
Yeah.
I shut it
Yeah,
down.
there's already a couple No Prep Kings people that do that, so you'd be ready.
I know
to
that's not a conversation I'd like to have right here in front of you.
I'd like to go on with it myself.
I've got a question from Scott Hertzler. It says, Greg, what has been your favorite track that you went to since you started racing No Prep Kings?
Whoa, that's kind of a hard question. Wow. I would have to say Virginia Motorsports Park. I think
Because you won there?
I've had, I love the facility. It's by far the for me, it's just laid out perfect. The people's nice. It's in Virginia. It's close by, but all around it just, when you go there, for me, it just feels like it fits.
So what's his name? Is it Tyler Crossnow? What's his name that manages the track now? I think it's Tyler Crossnow, right? Anyways, the dude that manages the track right now, he does really well with it. I mean, it's very, very clean, very organized.
And
it's
you
close to home too.
You pull out on that track and you come underneath the tower and stuff, you get the feeling,
John Ford.
just like Texas. Texas track is laid out exactly the same. And I just think it's an awesome feeling. It seems like 100,000 people when you come out of that tunnel. It's just beautiful. it just looks nice when you come out and get you pumped up.
Hell yeah.
But it definitely, I'd have to say Virginia.
I went to one race last year. It was at Brainerd. That was my first time being there, and that was
That track. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where they had the motorcycle track and all,
yeah,
Minnesota.
that was. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a little small in the pits.
yeah.
But other than that, did we win there? Yeah, I won that.
That track is not small. I don't know about the
The
pits.
pits.
Maybe where they decide to pit is
And
track ain't small.
you're talking about where they had the hangover, whatever in the stands where it had the covered stands.
No, that's Beach Bend.
No, that's Beach. Yep. That's,
Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about Brainerd.
Well, I'm
where
mixed
the
up.
motorcycle track was up in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm mixed up. I was talking about Brainerd.
We got to work on his memory loss. Man, I think he's going to need to retire and let me drive his car next year. It'll be his last year. Don't worry about it, people. I don't need a sponsor. He don't sponsor me because he don't even remember when to take off. Though. No, I'm just kidding.
do y'all want to shout out some sponsors that you do have for this upcoming year?
Really, we don't have no sponsors. It's Greg Chandler, Franklin Boss.
No, we're working on sponsors, but like I said, he had Larry build him a new car. Talk about, Larry's built you a new car. You've got, who else? I mean, honestly, he's self-funded here, everything.
Like I said, we're definitely looking for sponsors, and
We don't really get any deals.
I'm a little bit different than Mike on them. I don't want 100 stickers on my car.
Yeah.
I would like to find me one sponsor that can
Give him $500,000 a year.
that can afford to be on the car, and I don't have to have 15 stickers on my car. But
Right.
we've got a lot to offer. As we go all over the United States. The trailer, it's a full-size billboard going down the interstate every day. We got a lot to offer. If we get the right sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something I've never really tried to get a sponsor. Not that I'm opposed of it, but I want to be worthy of a sponsor. I want to be able to give them 100%. When I tell somebody something, that's the way it's going to be.
Basically, what he's saying there, he wants to be in the invitational before he gets a sponsor. He feels like he would be letting them down if he wasn't in the invitational yet. But I'm the opposite, man. I'm getting them exposure online everywhere. Come on with me, baby. I get you out there. Put you on a T-shirt. We'll make a video for you. I can do it. I don't need it. We build a brand. You got to build a brand before you and that's what Sam's looking for. Is making, marketing. But that's what we're doing here. I just got to bring him out of that shyness a little bit there. So honestly, when he's comfortable and he gets on the show, you're going to see somebody different, and he's going to be more, confident this year with the setup, everything. And I think he's going to be
30
something.
years of paying for it myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to go out and look for somebody. I'm just not used to it.
Not for me.
I'm just not used to it.
Hey man, give me what you give me.
It's always been, if you can't afford it this week, we'll go to the next race.
Right.
That attitude's going to change this year if he gets in, and we got to make sure he makes every race. I need a sponsor. Wait, can you get me somebody? Come up here and help me.
So speaking of building your brand, what are y'all social media pages and stuff that everybody can go follow?
Chandler Motorsports on Facebook, and I believe it's Chandler Motorsports as well on Instagram. And YouTube, I've got M Chandler and Chandler Motorsports. So if you can't find it with Chandler Motorsports, just type in M Chandler. I guarantee it's going to show up. Twisted Metal, we got Twisted Metal. Chandler Motorsports, Twisted Metal on Facebook. If you type M Chandler or Chandler Motorsports, you're going to find it. Twisted Metal Camaro. We're on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We do have a webpage that we're building. We're getting some T-shirts done right now. Zach over here with me. I brought him on this year. He helps me with marketing with my local businesses, and he's helping me with the whole race program. We're going to have a YouTube video up every race this year. That's something I wanted to dedicate myself, is to make sure we've got a YouTube video every race. And like I said, Chandler Motorsports and M Chandler, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Hell yeah.
Too, but it's I'm trying to transition that to racing. I started off a little bit something different on there. So we're going to transition that to racing. But got what? Yeah. We've already got videos up on YouTube that Zach over here has done. We got our trip where we went to Fuel Tech 2 weeks ago. It's on YouTube under M Chandler, and it'll say Chandler Motorsports in the tag. So just type in M Chandler. We got the car when we went to Fuel Tech, shows the whole process. So we've already started doing a lot of YouTube stuff already.
Good, man. It sounds like Mike definitely sounds like you know what you need to do to build the brand, to get noticed, No Prep King, stuff like that. So that's awesome, man. I wish you guys the best luck. First off, thank you guys for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been watching you for a couple of years, Greg. Fan of yours for sure, man. Mike, I've been following you on social media for the last few months, man. It's entertaining, dude. It's definitely something Street Outlaws needs, man, for real, man. So keep doing what you're doing. I just thank you guys. I wish you guys the best of luck. I'll be at the first race in Ohio, so I can't wait to meet you guys.
Yeah, I got a shirt for you. I'll get you a shirt.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk with you.
Hell yeah, man. You guys take it easy.
Thanks,
Thank
Chris.
you.
All right, see ya.